Good evening, man. I bet they got the Weapon Wheel podcast going on right now. I wish I could watch that shit. Well, it's not that I wish I could watch it, but I like catching the whole thing, man. If I ain't catch it from the beginning, I don't want to watch it. So let me wait until later. Watch it on the rebound. But anyway, I just think, man. For me, I need to be the best ex, man. These past couple of months have kind of been spent getting over a recent relationship I had. I mean, well, that's part of it. I don't want to really discuss the other part. It's dealing with kids and such. That's not necessarily important to this video, but it's just accepting, you know what I'm saying? Things need to move on. People move on. Time keeps on moving, But you don't have to, or I don't have to be an asshole or a butthole or a terrible person to my ex. If anything, I'm trying to be, and I try to be, a friend, a best friend, a good friend. I mean, she doesn't have to accept it. To be honest, she hasn't accepted it. But that's fine. She doesn't have to. It's not something I force upon her. Don't need to be forcing anything. It's just looking back over things. There's mistakes that was made on both ends. I don't feel like there was no real extremes. But if I'm going to say there was an extreme, it could have been that I was really emotional, man. I was helly emotional about a lot of different things. And maybe that's probably, that's one of my mistakes. And that's fine. I own up to it. And I've been working on it, trying to get better, at it. Not necessarily expressing emotion per se, but just letting emotions flow instead of acting out on it. Like, you can feel something, but don't necessarily have to act out on it, Just release it, let it go, and then keep it moving. And it's been a learning experience for me, and a lot of changes have been made in my personal character, in terms of learning how to deal with those things. But I feel like when you break up with somebody, if you have a tie to them, or if you don't and you just want to be cool with that person and be friends, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. But it has to be cool on both ends. You can't force it on someone who doesn't want it, but you can always sit there and try to be there for them. Because that's, to me, the true essence of having unconditional love for all people. Ex-girlfriend or worst enemy or whatever, man. Unconditional love. Well, it's not love is automatically unconditional. So let me stop saying unconditional love. It's kind of redundant. Real love is unconditional. That means no matter what someone does, whether you're in a relationship or just friends with them or whatever, their actions can't hurt you. Because if it's real love, there's nothing they can really do to disappoint you, if that makes sense. Because love is patient and kind, and that's just two things. And if you actually can get to the point to where you can love unconditionally, the wrongdoings and mistakes of others towards you can't really upset you. Now, that doesn't mean you can't make moves to, protect yourself or something if it's harm coming your way or something. That's a different thing. We're just talking about pure emotion for the most part. But that's what I'm learning. It's just to learn to love the way love is supposed to be, to learn to give love the way it's supposed to be given. And it's just it's not as easy as I would like for it to be, to learn how to wait for the right moments to say and speak, to learn to let negative emotions flow through and not act on them, to learn to be happy regardless. And that's something that requires a lot of patience and time. Well, for me, by myself. Like, not necessarily by myself relationship wise, but by myself in terms of just being alone and getting used to me and exploring myself. As you say, as a lot of people probably know, real happiness doesn't come from outside. It doesn't come from the world. It comes from within. You have to go inside and search, clean yourself out, get rid of everything that's negative, the emotions, get rid of all of those things, man, and identify them and let them go so that you can bask in the positives, the good emotions, and not necessarily sit there and worry about, the thoughts. If you have negative thoughts, they'll go away if you can let go of the negative emotions that accompany them. And that's something that I've been learning and I've been working on. But I just like to make videos like this, and maybe one day I'll come back to it. Hopefully I've made progress and look back on this with like, man, I've learned so much since I made this video, because I'm not saying I know it all. I'm not saying I ever know it all, but it's an ever-changing, or I'm an ever-changing being just like everybody else. And hopefully the changes are always good and always better, and knowledge is always being acquired. But I make this video as a milestone for me, so that maybe I can come back to it and realize I've made so much progress since I recorded it, and maybe I can make another one detailing the information about what I've learned and the progress I made since this recording. But anyway, in terms of relationships, it's good to be the best person that you can be and be positive. Let go of the negative emotions and learn to be the best ex or the best friend, the best person you can be, regardless of what your relationship or affiliation is to anyone. Because I know, man, firsthand, relationships can be crazy, life can be crazy, and you can get with people and break up with people no matter what you may share with them. But once things do go south, if things go south, there's nothing wrong with being a human being and being able to be friends, associates, maybe even best friends afterwards, and being able to respect each other's wishes. Because not everybody's gonna want to be friends afterwards, and that's okay. Whether they want to be friends or not, it's okay. What matters is having love and compassion for people. All right, man. If you made it this far in the video, please subscribe. If you like it, like it. If you want to add something, in the comment section. Thank you. some gin.